This is my first attempt at a crank with a friction system that gives you a sense of resistance as you're turning, and then on the end of this shaft, which will be shortened, there will be a rotation speed sensor that will send data to the microcontroller. So how does this work? Well, it's minimally modified. If you look, when this is pulled, this band, see how there's a band of friction material that's pulled around a drum brake. It's actually the drum brake assembly from a small children's electric scooter. So if you see, as you turn the crank, the drum revolves. I've had to do some 3D printing and make an adapter to fit this because as the band is tightened, it pulls everything this way. So there's a bearing here, there's a bearing here, and I've used a mixture of 3D printing and laser cut ply just for the moment. I cut this window out so you can see it working. So you turn the handle, it freely turns at the moment. Right. So there was a spring here which I've removed, and I fitted a different kind of spring which will go out to the side here, pulls on this lever like that, and it brings the friction band in. So if you had this spring attached to a knob out here which you could turn, you could adjust the spring tension on the friction band, and in fact it works really well. As you put a little bit of tension on this spring, the band just starts to grip. My worry was that it would sort of be tight then loose, then tight then loose, but actually it's very consistent all the way around, so I'm actually really pleased with that. Secret, I think, is to use a spring out here and have it adjustable, and take the main spring that came with it off. Obviously the brake, as it were, is only being very lightly applied. In order to stop a scooter with a child on it, it would need to grip a lot harder. So I'm hoping that this doesn't get particularly hot, but I'll have to see how that turns out by trial and error. Also, if I remove the top part of the structure, you could even have this top part of the wheel just sticking up through the deck of the hurdy-gurdy to actually give a wheel type effect, which would be quite nice visually if I can hide this part. So all in all, as a first go, I'm actually really pleased with this. I think it's got potential, and these are actually super low cost, although I've had to buy a few extra parts. It's not too bad in terms of parts pricing.